Here we're going to be taking a look at whether to use spaghetti line or loose formation when trading skirmish fire. Now I already know the answer to this because I noticed in the battles I've fought with skirmishers I use spaghetti lines. My opponents tend to use loose formation, and my opponents tend to lose the skirmish fights more than they would if they used the spaghetti lines. So let's just try to figure out why. These Funditores start to take damage, and when they take damage they're going to start moving inside of the formation. You can see them shifting around like that. And since they are shifting around, since they have a very high rate of fire, that means that they're going to be putting out less shots. Possibly. That is sort of the uncertain theory. Now what is certain, however, is that missiles tend to miss more to the front and to the back of a unit. So over a unit or in front of the unit. Now what happens when you spread out the unit is that although there is more space between each man, you also have the potential of having more men inside of the target zone. So since I am in a spaghetti line here, I am mainly going to be losing men in the center, but I have less men in the center than my opponent has. And also my Funditores, when they reorganize their lines, because they will try to do so, they have to move a much shorter distance. They just have to move, and just why they even do this, I don't understand. They should just stay where they are and not keep shuffling around. Very annoying. But as you can see, these Funditores take a very comfortable lead over the Funditores that are in loose formation. They actually wreck them. So 59 kills, 20 kills, 64, 24. So 3 times more effective to use spaghetti lines than to use loose formation. So the reason why it's called the loose formation is because if you use the loose formation, you're going to lose. Now, against the Ballistari, I have a feeling it isn't as important. It still makes a difference. Let's see here. 24, 51, 45, 41, 60, and 56. Now, the reason why I think this is the case with the Ballistari is because the Ballistari spend more time reloading. So this is going to be more important the faster the rate of fire is, because even though these guys will be shuffling and these guys will be shuffling every day, they're shuffling, what's going to happen is that the rate of fire isn't affected as much because the rate of fire is already shit. So let's have a look at the archers here. Sagittari, 40 kills, 25, 16, 47, 63, and 22. So absolutely no contest. Spaghetti wins and loose loses. Strength and honor.